Hey, Salvador Brinkman here. Welcome back to the Life of Freedom YouTube channel. And on this channel, we talk about everything when it comes to leveling up your life and building more freedom in your life, whatever that kind of means to you. I talk a lot about career, business. I also talk about emotions, about emotional intelligence, all those kind of things. I take you on trips around the world. I did a whole year-long trek when it comes to going around the world before COVID hit. And in today's video, I want to talk about business coaching, and specifically how you can get started as a business coach. What the heck does that even mean? And kind of go just nitty-gritty into that and share that with you, because this is something that has changed my life, and I would really love to just have an opportunity to share this with you. So make sure you take notes if you are curious about this at all, because we're going to be getting into it in just a second. Okay, so you don't know, I've relocated to Miami, Florida. I'm one of those people who moved from New York to Miami, one of the mass exoduses, right, when it comes to New York. I'm kind of spending a little bit of time here. I don't know if I'm going to be full here for my entire life, but it's definitely been a great adventure and something that I'm going to want to document more on this YouTube channel, as well as getting into other things like real estate, etc. I'm going to be sharing a lot more of that if I have time when it comes to this channel. My other channel also is exploding, man. Go and subscribe to my other channel. You can search my name, Salvador Brinkman, and that channel will come up. More than 30,000 YouTube followers, which is insane, and it's growing like rapid fire. So on this channel, let's talk a little bit about business coaching. And first of all, how do you get started, and why even would you want to consider this as a career choice? So first of all, for me, I never viewed myself as a business coach, right? When I first got started in blogging back in 2012, 2013, I never imagined that I'd be on calls with super important people, helping them with their business, or helping them start new projects and new businesses, and actually enabling a bunch of employees as well to benefit from the success of a business. And that's like insane. Like, to think about that now, I never imagined in my wildest imaginations that that would ever be possible. But you know, as if you've seen in my channel, you know, I plowed through obstacle after obstacle in my life, whether that's starting a podcast for the first time ever and being an introvert like myself. And I know I don't sound like an introvert, but I totally am. And being able to transition to that and doing YouTube and writing books and, you know, eventually then getting into business coaching. That moment when I discovered this thing, which is coaching, it was like a light bulb went off in my life. And suddenly I saw so much clarity with the future. And when I actually started to incorporate that into my business, man, things took off. It was insane. I literally had like a 10x explosion with my business. And I don't know why no one had ever just introduced this to me before, why I never even stumbled on this online. But I kind of want to share this with you, because if you're someone out there who maybe doesn't want to go through all the headache of setting up a brick and mortar business, or you don't want to go through all the headache of having to create business plans and having very sophisticated raising money, doing Series A, using crowdfunding, all that kind of stuff. This is a business that you can literally start just with a laptop and with your cell phone, right? It's so easy to get started, but there's that kind of wall of fear that I think kind of prevents everyone from really stepping forward into that opportunity. So let's talk about, first of all, what is a business coach, and also kind of get into like, you know, how does this work? How can you really get started? And also introduce you to some more training material that I have been putting together. So first of all, what the heck is a business coach? Now, you might have seen me doing things like traveling around the world. You might have seen me doing cool stuff like going back to El Salvador to try to find my family. Some of the videos I post on this channel are a little bit wild, right, when it comes to just doing fun stuff and doing vlogs and all kind of things. And one of the most consistent questions that I've gotten in my life is like, Sal, what the heck is your career? What do you do for a living, right? And there's a lot of stuff, obviously, that I do, and I create different passive income streams and that kind of stuff. But kind of the crux of that, the hallmark, the bedrock of that, is that I am a business coach, right? So I help people when it comes to achieving their dreams, when it comes to going from point A to point B in the fastest manner possible. Coaching is something that I've studied a lot, that has led to huge dividends for my clients as well as for my own life. So to understand what a coach is, we kind of have to compare it a little bit first. So let's think about, for example, like an Olympic athlete. Why does an Olympic athlete hire a coach? They already have the skills, they already have the know-how, they already have spent years and years getting really good at something. Why are they going to hire a coach to help them, whether it's like Olympic swimming, right? Why are they going to have a coach that's helping them? For example, like a football team, right? Football team, bunch of really skilled dudes, super jacked, right? They can even, just with the quarterback, run different plans and run different procedures and really get to the end zone. Why do they need a coach? A basketball team, why do they need a coach? And when I used to do fencing, I did fencing for 10 years. I started when I was 10 years old after I saw Zorro, that movie, which I know you might know. We also had, some amazing actors and actresses in that movie. And one of the cool things as well, about that movie is they got me into ballroom dancing and I started fencing. And one of the things that just led to my huge success with fencing when I got so much better and started doing nationals and like that kind of stuff was that I had a coach. And a lot of people didn't have a coach. So I was so privileged in that regard. Why does coaching make a difference? Coaching makes a difference because a human being alone does not perform at their optimal level. A human being needs a team of people or an individual alongside them to help them get the optimal performance with whatever discipline that they're trying to do. So if you're trying to get really good at baseball, you're trying to get really good when it comes to swimming or fencing or business or anything, you're going to need a coach to help you. And this is so natural because when you have those resources and you value coaching, it gets you from point A to point B faster. And it kind of also fills in those gaps. So for example, if you feel like, I really don't want to go to the pool today. I don't want to have to wake up. I'm not sure what's next with my training, what kind of nutrition, what this, what that, right? A coach is designed to help you get to that optimal performance mindset so you can hit the ground running, you can get into the gym, you can do your laps, and also you're staying accountable to yourself when it comes to your plan, your milestones, so you can execute effectively and you can get that gold medal in your life. And that gold medal for you might be a lot of different things. It might be making more money. It might be helping more people, it might be making a bigger impact, but regardless, it makes a lot of sense to have someone help you get to that end result. So coaching, first of all, is different from a lot of other forms of providing a service. So a consultant, for example, what's the difference between a coach and a consultant? I want you to first think about the difference between an owner of a business and an actual business. So we'll give an example, just kind of make this a little bit more clear. Think about Howard Schultz. Think about Ray Kroc. Think about Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, right? Think about Mark Zuckerberg. These are owners or the founders of different businesses, right? And you also have executives, for example, running GE or running all these other different major corporations that are out there. So you have owners or executives of a business, and then you have a business itself. So for example, Starbucks or McDonald's or Apple Computers, right? You have all these different businesses that are out there. The role of a business coach is to focus on the owner of that business. The owner and improving their ability to execute, to bring out the best performance possible of that owner. A consultant, more often than not, is focused on the actual business. So they're actually going into, for example, McDonald's, and they're analyzing certain problems, or they're identifying problems, or they're creating proposals for solutions, and sometimes they're executing upon that solution. Or in other examples, they might be providing training to help the existing members of that business, existing employees, to execute upon that solution. So I think that one of the biggest differences between a coach and a consultant, and there are of course a lot of different similarities as well, is that a coach tends to focus on the person, the business owner. Consultant tends to focus a lot more on operations, on understanding the business, on analyzing the business, on proposing solutions and plans in order to move that business forward. Whereas the coach is focused much more on the individual. What the heck does a business coach do then, right? Like, what are they spending their time? Why are people spending so much money and investing so much into business coaches? Why is this happening? Well, in order to understand this, you have to think about the role of an executive or the role of a business owner. And oh my gosh, there's so many different hats that they have to wear, right? They have to do operations, they have to do marketing, they have to do sales, they have to do administrative work, they have to do HR, they have to do finance, they have to do CPA work, they have to do law. I know this because I do all of this, right? And I have obviously people who are helping with these different things now, but even just getting started, you're wearing a lot of different hats. And one of those hats which you have to wear is a leadership hat. You have to lead your entire team towards a victory, towards an end goal, to create a vision for the future, to create milestones leading up to that vision, to be accountable to those milestones, to create quarterly meetings, that kind of stuff. And one of the things that a business coach basically does is help that leader get the best possible performance out of that creative thinking, out of that visionary mindset, which they need in order to move the business forward. And the way that they do that is by really getting deep, by really helping that person understand what they really want, what's holding them back. And in so many cases in our lives, and I'm sure that you are very familiar with this, there are things that are holding us back. There's a glass ceiling that everyone is in, myself included, that is holding us all back from achieving our potential. And a lot of times it's beliefs, negative beliefs that we have about money, negative beliefs that we have about our potential. Even our third grade teacher said, you're never gonna be good at this, you're never gonna be good at that, and then still we're running a programmatic system every single day of our life, and we are capped at that potential success. So what a coach does is, first of all, working with that existing executive or that existing entrepreneur or that existing business founder, working with their existing skills, beliefs, emotions, understanding, in order to help them connect with where they want to go. And we do that through questioning and coaching session and outlining plans of attack and milestones, and really getting inside that person's psychology or subconscious or whatever you want to say, in order to really identify and to solve some of those things that are holding them back. So I know it sounds super weird, and people in the industry might, be, combative about this, or they might disagree with me, but I really think there's a lot of similarities between a business coach and a therapist, quite frankly. There are a lot of different similar things when it comes to helping you understand yourself, creating meaning, understanding how you are holding yourself back, belief systems, all that kind of stuff. The biggest difference, though, is that as a coach, you're really narrowing in to performance, right? To what's holding that person back from performing at the highest level, and also what are the things they need to have in their life. For example, let's just say that, a great example of this was I was talking to someone and they were like, yeah, I was like so into track, I was so into running, I was so into this when I was younger, and I was making so many different milestones and achievements, and then, I don't know, like recently I'm just not really being that successful, right? I'm just kind of having casual conversation. And I started kind of digging a little bit deeper, and I was like, so when you were running track, like what was the environment like? I was like, well, I was showing up at 6 o'clock, and I had a coach who was helping me out, and I had these different things. I was doing practice, and then when I was at home, I was learning about this and doing that. I was like, great, so what are you doing now, right? And when you compare the two, they are very drastically different, the daily life of that individual. So in order to expect the same performance before, they'd have to replicate and to bring some of those elements back into their life. So they'd have to start waking up early. They'd have to have someone that they could be held accountable to. They'd have to start studying footage, right? And learning about running, or learning about different exercise techniques, or ways to train, or ways to improve their flexibility, right? They'd have to really mirror and match that same kind of techniques and things that they were doing before, and bring that into their present reality. So that's really what a lot of a coach does, is to understand under what conditions does this individual perform best? How do we bring that performance out of them? What is holding them back? What negative belief systems are keeping them in the past and keeping them from moving forward in different areas of their life? So this sounds something that's kind of interesting to you, psychology, helping people out, making huge transformational changes in their life, and really making someone go from point A to point B so quickly that they are surprised at what they're able to accomplish and gain new insights into their life. If that sounds like something that's interesting to you, I promise you, you're going to find this super rewarding as a career. And if nothing else, you should at least explore this career option a little bit. So what I've done is I put together a comprehensive training, which I'm releasing on business coaching, and I invite you to just go and check it out and to learn a little bit more about this. This may not be for everyone, particularly if you're not interested in the things I just mentioned, it's probably not for you. But if that kind of perked you up, you got a little bit curious, this might be something to not only be an opportunity to grow some of your different career skills, to understand people better, to know a little bit more about this career choice, but in addition to make a bigger impact. To wake up every single day and to feel good, to feel excited about the work that you're going to, and to feel just like alive and eager. And this is an adventure that you're going on. And all of a sudden, you go from dreading work to showing up and like kind of being like in a monotonous routine and not wanting to do tasks that you're repeating day after day after day, to all of a sudden your day is being filled with breakthroughs that your clients are having. For your days being filled with you connecting with someone on such a deep and understanding level, it's almost sacred, in my opinion. And to being able to see this ripple effect of changes where once you change something in their life, in the client's life, all of a sudden that change filters down through their business, which changes everyone else's life in their company. So it's almost like a ripple effect that you're making, having this profound, what I would call like a karmic change almost. So go and check out that link in the description I'm going to include and learn more about this career choice if you are interested in that. But I hope you enjoyed this video and check out some of the more videos that I'm going to be coming out with. If you did, give me a thumbs up, let me know. My name is Salvador Brigman, of course. Leave a comment if you do want to say hi, and also subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. Thank you so much for listening. Again, my name is Sal, and I will see you next time.